been waiting for this moment. But let's just wait a little while longer and talk about what Sparking Zero means to me and means to us. Alright, what's up? We are 2 days from the early access release of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. We made it. We fucking made it. It's been a long fucking wait for all of us. Just this year alone. Last year when I was losing faith that we'd even get this fucking game after that one teaser trailer. And then it turned into wish list now, and it's never coming out. And look at us now, 2 days away. You know, I know I say it like all the time. I think I've said it on Twitter a billion times. I've said it in videos related to this game a billion times. But it still doesn't feel real to me that this game is coming out. It is not often that something from your childhood comes back in such a capacity like this. And I think the craziest part is that it's not just me that's feeling this as well. It's everyone. Everyone else is like, holy shit, like, I can't believe it. I can't believe this fucking game is coming out. You know, people, obviously there's been people who have gotten their hands on it already, but those of us who haven't, and even those who have, it's just like, really, a Tenkaichi 4 in 2024 with all of these features on release. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Which is why today I wanted to talk about, why does a sequel to this game right here, 17 years later, why does it mean so much to us? Aside from it being just 17 years since the last one. What does it mean to us as Dragon Ball fans? What does it mean to us as anime game fans? What does it mean to us just as video game fans in general? Why does Sparking Zero deserve your attention? And why has it gotten all of ours? I just realized I had my fucking copy of Blade Runner up there, as if that's adding to my fake Dragon Ball fan, as some people call me, collection behind me. I had to take that down real quick. Yeah, I just wanted to start out by talking about where the hell did I find out about this fucking crazy ass game. And I didn't really find out about it from anyone. Like, I wasn't like, what is the best Dragon Ball Z game of all time or anything like that. No, I just got done watching Dragon Ball Z online, the original dub. Not the original dub, the original funny dub, with the Falconer music and all that shit. And I needed more. And, you know, GT wasn't cutting it. Maybe, I don't even know if I was watching GT by that point. You know, I was like, damn, I need a fucking video game of this series. This is the best thing ever, which is funny because I used to hate Dragon Ball. Anytime I saw it on Nicktoons, anytime I saw Dragon Ball Z Kai, I'd see the commercial. It'd be the fucking episode with Goku breaking out of his bandages after the fight with Vegeta, where he goes like, "Argh!" and like they like break off like fucking The Rock in Fast and Furious. What is that, 7? Anyways, I always thought that, I was like, this fucking dumbass show. Like, get this shit off of here. Well, I want to watch, I don't know, what the hell else was on Nicktoons? Anybody remember, what's it, 3 Delivery? That shit was gas. But, yeah, I remember I saw, all my opinions changed once I fucking saw the Ginyu Force. Once I saw the fight with Burter and Jace, I was like, I would have my Legos, I would have them like in the living room or in my bedroom, basement, wherever the hell I was watching Nicktoons at. And it would just be on as I'm playing with my Legos. You know, it's just one of those moments where, you know, the remote is across the room. I'm too into my little storyline that I got with my Legos. I'm like, fuck, Dragon Ball's on. Whatever. I'm not gonna go change the channel. You know, then some shit starts happening on screen. I'm like playing with my Legos and I'm looking like, no, that looks dumb. That looks dumb. And I see niggas throwing like energy beams and shit. I'm just like, okay. Yeah, I might have to. And by the end of the episode, I'm locked in. I can't even remember the exact episode. I just remembered it was like Jace, Birder, Ginyu Force type shit. Just the Namek Saga in general. Because I watched like 5 episodes in a row, or however many they were airing. What was this is gonna be a pretty rambly video, as you can tell. What was I talking about? Right. Dragon Ball video games. So I think at the time, all I might have only had my Wii. Maybe I didn't, but I loved my Wii. That don't sound right. Niggas gonna take that out of context nowadays. But if you had a Wii back in the day, you loved your Wii. Obviously I still got my Wii. Yeah, I think I was at like Pawn America with my mom. And I was doing one of those things where, in my head, it was just like, I'm gonna look through these games. I know there's gonna be no Dragon Ball games, because this also probably was before I knew that Dragon Ball was a thing before Nicktoons. Oh, that's a story for another day, probably. Or maybe I'll just do it in another tangent later down this video. But yeah, I was just like, I'm not gonna find any Dragon Ball games. It's too new, or at least so I thought. But then, you know, I'm looking through the games bin, and there it is. There's a Dragon Ball game, and it's got R.I.P. Gohan. It's got fucking Goku, Piccolo, Vegeta, Krillin. It has everybody in this bitch. And then the back, it's like, what does it say? Fucking Oh, it just doesn't even say. But yeah, it's showing like the dude fucking doing the moves with the Wii remotes. I'm like, nigga, I've been trying to do a Kamehameha since like the Saiyan saga. I've been trying to fly since I saw Videl doing that shit. I need to do this. I need to train. I need to actually learn how to do this in real life. It's got like Kid Goku, or it's got GT Goku fighting Omega Shenron. I don't even know if I knew what the fuck that was back then. I was like, holy shit, I gotta get this. Unfortunately, this isn't the original copy that I got. I got this, say, about like 5 or 6 years ago, maybe even 7 years ago at GameStop for $35 pre-owned on the Wii, which is a fucking steal, because last time I checked, it's like $200. It's like $80 to $200 on eBay. Yeah, I got home, turned on the Wii immediately, of course, did the old classic reading the instruction manual and reading the back of the box on the way home from the store in the car. And I instantly fell in love, even though I was ass at the game. Like, and when I say I'm ass, it's like I could beat the game, right? I could beat the game on normal, but I did not know about rush techniques or anything. All I did was A, and then I would charge up, get a Kamehameha, get an ultimate, whatever the fuck. That's all I knew how to do back then. But still, that game stuck in my fucking head because the menus, the sound effects, the graphics, even though obviously, like, by then, you know, graphics had gone past that point. This was maybe 2 years old, 3 years, something like that. Like, this is an old game by then. But everything just fucking impressed me. Playing on my grandma and grandpa's big ass TV downstairs. The motion controls, I still think that is the superior way to play that game. Only this year I have legally obtained a copy on my PlayStation 2 that somehow runs on my computer of VT3 and played it with like an actual like controller for the first time, a PlayStation controller. It's good, but it ain't no BT3 on the Wii, man. Just all the fucking memories I have of that game. Shout out to my friends. I'm not gonna name them, but I'll just say Jay, bro. I don't know where you are or what you're doing. You ever find this video, Trevor or Tyra, hey, he wants his lick back. I want my lick back. Yeah, the kid behind me, he'd come over all the fucking time just to play this game. Or I'd invite him over. I don't know if, maybe he didn't like the game as much as me, but a story that I'm about to get into, he probably did. I hope he did. Yeah, I'll just play it for hours and hours. Anytime I had my birthday party, it's like, bro, time to play BT3. I don't give a fuck if you don't like Dragon Ball, or if you don't even know what Dragon Ball is. We are playing BT3. But what I was talking about with the story with my friend Jay, it wasn't just playing BT3 inside, right? Nigga, when it was time to go play outside, like my grandma and grandpa or my mom would be like, okay, you've been playing this fucking game for too much. Go play outside. Or even just I'd just be like, I want to go play outside. It was time to play BT3 outside. Bro, I took everything that I could get, that I could like imagine being Dragon Ball related from my grandma and grandpa's garage. I remember specifically, there was especially this incident. There was a big ass yellow kickball, you know, like the ones that make that like bing, like that noise. It was like huge. It was like this fucking big. And that would be, you know, like a ultimate like death ball or whatever the fuck. Then you just get like smaller balls, dodge balls and shit like that. But this time, my friend Jay, he wanted to play as Trunks. And I had this thing, I think it was like a T-ball, like the T of a T-ball, but I like flattened it. Like I like yanked it out of the actual stand. And I flattened like the long part. And the long part was like hollow. So it was it got sharp, right? Because I would like drag it across the not the sidewalk, the driveway on the concrete to like, I don't know, rip, would that be right? No, like to kind of like sandpaper down the edges and shit, and it would get fucking sharp. Not like knife sharp, but sharp enough to fuck you up, right? If you got slashed by it. Foreshadowing. But yeah, it was like the winter time, all the snow was on the ground and shit. It's like, bro, you want to go play outside? You want to go play Dragon Ball outside? It's like, hell yeah. So, we're playing, right? I must have been Frieza or Cooler or somebody with a big ass death ball, right? And I'm like, it's, we could tell, man, when you're a kid, you just know how to plot out these storylines with each other. If you got a real nigga with you, not the kid that's like, no, actually you didn't hit me. Like, you can plot out some crazy shit. And me and Jay, we were locked the fuck in on this type of stuff. So, I was playing the villain. He was playing Trunks. Probably was Frieza if he was playing Trunks. But, like, I knew my time was coming. I knew maybe. We were neck and neck, right? I had the big-ass death ball. This is going to be my final one. It was like, this is over. It's time for you to die. I chucked that shit at him, right? He's across my backyard. He whacks that shit out of the way like fucking, like in Sparking Zero, right? And then, I go like, that shit they do in Dragon Ball Z, I'm all stunned. And then he comes up and he slashes me and shit. And then I fall to the ground in the snow with like, laying head up, looking at the sky and shit. And this, I can't remember what the fuck he said. But he said some cold ass line. And he chucked the little sword T-ball thing in my direction. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I'm gonna get a picture of it. You can kind of see it. Nigga, it like splashed this part of my fucking eyebrow. And it just would not stop bleeding. The instant that shit hit, I still remember the view. It was like dead silent because it was almost a blizzard outside. And that shit goes. It goes. And I start screaming and crying. I'm like, ah! I run inside. My grandma, she gave me a fucking like stero strip or whatever on my eyebrow. Like that shit would just not stop bleeding for whatever fucking reason. And he was like, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. And like, I might have been a little mad at the time. But then I was just like, damn, this is cool as fuck. I have like the anime eyebrow scar now. I remember going to school the next day with like the strip on, or like maybe what is it, 2 days later. And people were like, damn, what happened, bro? You get into a fight? I was like, no, I was playing Dragon Ball outside. And my friend was just like, nigga, you should have said, like, I don't know, somebody came at you with a bat or something. Mind you, we were in 5th grade, so I don't know who would be coming at me with a bat. But I was like, nah, bro, this is what Dragon Ball does to a motherfucker. Like that. And I still got it on me today. So anytime one of you niggas call me a fake fan, do you got injuries from this fucking game? Let me know. Let me know. But you know, time slips away from us. It fades. Everything else is a real blur. Obviously, me and Jay still stayed as friends, but you know, he moved away, and then we kind of just lost contact. There was no hard feelings between us or anything like that. Like I said though, if you ever see this video, if you remember me, you know who you are. I want my lick back. In Sparking Zero, you don't need to get no scars over your body or some shit, right? But yeah, time just fades, and so does this game. I don't really remember what happened. I think my Wii probably broke. It might have broke with it inside of it. Which just makes me think of other Dragon Ball games too. I used to have a PS3. My mom, I don't know how she got it, but she got the PS2 that's like backwards compatible, like the special, like super duper special one, right? I think, what is it, the Water Park of America? I think they had it. She must have just bought it, because I know some, like at the arcade they had it, where you could win it. And I'm pretty sure she just bought it, because she was the one that taught me. It's just like, hey, can I just give you money for this? And they'll be like, yeah, sure, whatever. Instead of, like, having to get the tickets and shit. I don't know if the places do that now, but it's the only place I can think of where she must have gotten that thing, because that... Don't look up prices for those right now. It will depress you if you had one, especially if you were stupid and broke it like I did with mine. I'm a big ass Little Big Planet fan, so once you see a game where you can create anything, one of the first things you think if you're a big ass Dragon Ball fan like me is like, where are the Dragon Ball levels at? So I shit you not, so fucking stupid. I could have had this thing today, but I would keep that. I literally kept that fucking PS3 on for days, probably a month at a time, where it would just stay on, because I'm like, I need to know where all these levels are on LB. What is it, Little Big Planet 2? All these Dragon Ball levels. I'm like, I gotta save these. I'm gonna forget tomorrow, or like, there's probably a fucking favorite function in that game. I could have used that, but. Yeah, one night or one morning, because I would wake up early as shit to play that fucking thing. I would wake up at 5 a.m. to play Little Big Planet before school. This probably wasn't even before school. This is probably just on a weekend. But I was playing a Little Big Planet level, a Little Big Planet Dragon Ball level, and I'm powering up into Super Saiyan. Nigga, my TV, it looked like my TV turned off. It just went, pew! I'm like, huh? Like months later, I found out that it overheated because I got the yellow ring of death, and then years later, once I took it apart just to see what had happened, there was like a hole. Like I don't know for sure if there was a hole, but there was a burn through that fucking console. Like it was like brown and like, you know, black. That's from my dumbass keeping on playing Dragon Ball levels and shit. Speaking of PS3 games, you know, I like everyone else, I got hyped for Ultimate Tenkaichi, and then it turned out to be the biggest fucking lie in all of Dragon Ball games history. It's sad. Everything about that game is good until you play it. Until you play the game, it's just like, oh, damn, this ain't no Tenkaichi. I played some Raging Blast. I didn't really fuck with it because I could hardly play BT3. So you think I'm gonna understand how to play Raging Blast with like a little bit more mechanics and shit? But yeah, then just Dragon Ball games, they kind of, for me, they just fell off. Because then it was fucking Battle of Z, one of the ugliest games I've ever seen. And then I think it was Xenoverse, and I just didn't give a fuck at that point. I cared about Dragon Ball, but like, you know, the Battle of Gods probably had came out by that point, and I was just like, that was okay, I guess. And then Resurrection F came out, and I was like, that was okay, I guess. Well, what's next? I guess Xenoverse 2. Then Fighters came around, and I think that's where my Dragon Ball, like, love, that's where it started back up again. Super was finally getting dubbed. Started watching that, and I was like, hold on. This is way better than I remember it being. Not the first 2 arcs. Those first 2 arcs are obviously useless, but, you know, then it started getting into the Universe 6 tournament, and I was like, holy shit, a new Frieza, a new blah, blah, blah. And in the back of my head, it's like, man, if they made a BT4, this would be crazy. And even though my love for Dragon Ball games faded as the quality faded, in the back of my head, it was just like, why are they not making BT4? At least Raging Blast 3. I think I always thought it's just like, well, they named it Ultimate Tenkaichi, so they just can't do another one. That always pissed me off. It's just like, you took such a perfect name, Ultimate Tenkaichi, for a game that isn't Tenkaichi. Anyways, yeah, I fucked with Fighters, and then, you know, then Dragon Ball Battle Hour started. And like, this is where new Dragon Ball games are gonna be announced and shit. Like, hold on, whoa. You know, I mostly just watched it for fighter stuff. More importantly, though, before this, like about a year before, I'm not too sure about the timing. But that is when I picked up my new copy of VT3, where I just snagged it at GameStop, and my love for it just started all over again, because I just noticed how much stuff I fucking missed, and I already loved the game as a kid. There's Z items, there's like all these different menus, there's Ultimate Battle, what is it, fucking Battle 100 or whatever the fuck that shit is called. There's Red Potaras to fight against. There's what if scenarios that, like, if you beat the level a certain way, you'll get a new cutscene. Just so much shit that I missed. I missed how to play the fucking game. I learned how to do a rush attack and rush combos for the first time. I learned how to press A and B at the same time. It was crazy. And then, you know, it just came to last year, where I was already having such a great year, and it had just started. And then I check Twitter. I get off work. I'm like, okay, yeah, Dragon Ball Battle Hour is happening. They're not gonna announce, you know, the thing we all want though. Then I see, like, 5 minutes ago, Dragon Ball Tenkaichi. And I'm like, whoa, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I didn't even look at the caption. I look at my phone. I look at the video. I see Goku powering up. I'm like, or I see all these clips. I'm like, oh, Tenkaichi Collection. Holy shit, I'm gonna be able to play. Then it switches the graphics, and it's like, my heart. I was gonna say my heart sank. I don't know what my heart did. I think my heart just, like, disappeared for a second. It skipped like 8 beats, and then he turns to Super Saiyan Blue, and then it says a new Budokai Tenkaichi. The Tenkaichi series returns, and to this day, when I watch that video, I get, like, tears in my fucking eyes. I can't believe it's actually that. All of the memories that I've made, even with the new one, like going over to my friend's house and making all these custom metal coolers. I'm like, y'all gonna run the gauntlet with metal cooler. We're gonna do this. All the fucking throwing down Wii remotes and screaming at the top of our lungs and getting sidetracked and looking up Jalen the Super Saiyan, like, hey, you know that funny ass video on YouTube? Like, this just means so fucking much to me to see this back and see how far we've come and how much they've listened to us through this entire process. It's just been like, oh, Vegeta's face is weird, fix it. Was it sound effects or like the way that punches are working is weird, fix it. Combat speed isn't quick enough, fix it. Literally just today I saw they fixed the beam struggles that people have been complaining about. I thought the beam struggles were fine, but they were just like, well, most people don't like it, so let's change it. That does not happen in today's like modern gaming world, where a game releases with stuff that we all thought, don't lie, there were moments where you're like, damn, GT's probably gonna be DLC, and then it wasn't. Like, there must have been some like ounce of doubt in you at some point. There's just like, well, we know how games are nowadays. Xenoverse it has like fucking 20 DLCs, and they're all like $10 each. I really don't know. I don't care. I don't play Xenoverse. You know, more power to you if you do, but you know, that's just an example of modern gaming. And then this game comes out. Yep, it has tournament mode. It has, and you can customize all of it. It has 182 characters, which we hid from you this entire time. Of like, let's forget about the leaks. Like I said when I talked about the leaks, we're gonna forget about this when the game is in our hands. We're gonna forget about the leaks. What an amazing marketing campaign. Like, I know that sounds like, oh, consumer, blah, 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 but like, I have never seen somebody pull it off like this before. Ever. Any company. Especially to be so close to their community and like foster a community before the game even releases. That does not happen. A game does not release with this many features without people who really fucking love it at the top creating it. Not even at the top, just all around. Kudos to every single person on the team that have worked on this game, little and small. The social media team, the graphics department, the coding, the whatever. I don't know how game development works, but every single one of them deserves a round of applause. Like I said, it's 2 days from release. I still can hardly fucking believe it. And before it comes out, I just want to I want to give a shout out to anybody who couldn't be here with us to share this game with us. For whatever reason, for whoever they are to you, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your aunt, uncle, grandpa, grandma, your bestest of friends, if they can't make it to this next fight, shout out to all of them. You gotta keep it pushing for all of them. And for anybody, if you have the opportunity, and if they're worth a damn, to like hit up and be like, yo, are you gonna get this game? If you haven't talked for a while, it doesn't matter how long, hit up your old friends and be like, yo, let's settle this in fucking Sparking Zero, right? Yeah, if you made it to the end of this rambling, this rant, whatever you want to call this, shout out to you. And thank you, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart. I know, you know, maybe 200 views don't mean a lot to a lot of people, or like almost 1,000 views. It really does mean a lot to me that y'all give a shit enough to hear me ramble about this game. We're almost there, man. And I hope to see you again someday. Bye-bye.
The time is now.